Hey you guys, what's going on? 845 Sportscards, coming back out of New York's Hudson Valley once again. June 1st, that time of the month. As we do every month, we rip into a 1991 Upper Deck baseball card box, trying to find the Nolan. Somewhere in one of these boxes is an on-card autograph of Nolan Ryan, hand number to 2500, and I'm going to find it. Just in case we don't, this month, I'll show you one of my Nolan Ryan cards on my PC. Here's a 1990 Topps Nolan Ryan, PSA Gem Mint 10. Interesting thing about this card, the 2025 flagship Topps, they're using the 1990 design. And one of the parallels, you could say, the 1990 design is the no name on front, Frank Thomas. They did that again with the 2025 design, just as a throwback. Really good. I thought it was really clever. But the reason there was a no name on front in 1990 because the print quality of 1990 Topps was absolutely horrendous. I did purchase this card in pursuit of my PSA set registry, Nolan Ryan cards and PSA slabs. And when you looked at the card, the letters were off. The registration was off. The picture was blurry, and it still got a 10. The quality of the picture was garbage. The card itself was in great shape. It got a 10. So I actually sold the card and bought this copy. It was much, much, much cleaner copy, even though they were both 10s. I don't have a picture of that old 10, but I gotta take my word for it. It was in 1990, and the print defects, the registration, like it was a tobacco card. The printing was offset into different colors, so the yellow was bleeding into the black, and the name was off kilter a little bit. It was absolutely disgusting. It was amazing. It was hard to believe the car was a 10. So I sold it back on eBay, recovered most of my money, and picked up a much cleaner copy. And there it is, my 1990 Nolan Ryan PSA 10. And hopefully, June 1st, 2025, we can replace that card with a beautiful graded card when I submit an on-card auto out of 1991 Upper Deck PSA. And I get that in a 8, 9, 10. I could really care less. I want the card. I just want a clean auto. I want the card, and I would like a clean auto if I can choose that. But last month I ripped these cards, and I found there was a lot of damage to the cards. The box itself had taken a beating. So hopefully these cards are cleaner. Hopefully get better quality. And remember what I said last month, if you watched, the card in this face is the insert. It's always the Nolan Ryan card. All the Michael Jordan cards should be the last card, and it's face down. So if there's an autograph and you flip it over, you would see it right away. So we're going to sweat it this way, because it's interesting that way. To the year, McGuthrie, and the cards flipped around anyway, but Barry Jones. Our sticker is going to be California Angels. Juan Samuel, man with 2 first names. Ted Power, not Ted Powers. Kiki Jones, Robin Yount's a Hall of Famer. Cuba, Luis Sojo, Aquino. We're keeping the Hall of Famers, Ben McDonald. He was a big chase back in the day. The insert, no hit number 4. So we keep the Hall of Famers. Plan is to lot those up on eBay. Plan is to sell them off at 10 to 15 cents a piece. And a big lot of 150 cards. It's hard to say what's going to work. But that's the plan. These cards are all flipped around, doesn't matter. Gary Scott, I'm not going to go through every card. Ted Powers again. Mickey Tettleton. Will the Thrill Clark, not a Hall of Famer, but certainly a notable player. Cuba, Jerry Brown, Tim Burke. The Bravos. Chuck the Pop-Up. Larry Sheets. Robbie Alomar. He's a Hall of Famer. Pack pulled. We're looking for Chipper Jones. That rookie. Pretty nice. Mike Mussina. Pretty nice. The Ricky Henderson. There's this card, which is sweet. But there's also the card of him holding the base. Lou Brock when he beat the all-time stolen base records, 939. Maddox Bunting, the Professor. That's a pretty sweet card. There's two versions of that Ricky and Lou Brock card. So I've only pulled the more common version. Still a sweet card. Still worth a little bit. Maybe 80 cents, 75 cents. Well, I like to pull the variation. That one's a little more rare, worth a little more money. And happy to report, these packs appear to be in good condition. Luis Rivera, Scott Bankhead, Dave Righetti, Chris Johnson, rookie Incaviglia, Billy Hatcher, Howell, Braves again. One thing I've noticed time and time again is that Andy Hawkins, former Yankee, the holograms, it must have been regional, because if you pull one Braves, you're pulling 20 Braves holograms. Their holograms I have yet to pull. But I have many Dale Murphy, the Hall of Very Good. You never know if he gets in the Hall of Fame one day. There's a Chipper Jones rookie. Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer. Joe Girardi. Oh, there's a rare one. The National League emblem, also rare. Don't see that one too often. Mike Greenwell, Gene Larkin, Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. And this is the that's just the title card of the Nolan Ryan set. The autograph will be on the checklist. That's the only way they did it. On the checklist, I think every card, every autograph that came out was plain, just the autograph and the numbering of the National League hologram. An interesting thing that I saw on social media pretty recently, Donnie Baseball. And there's the insert, not the last card, but there it is. Dave Smith. 1990 Upper Deck produced the first ever pack pulled autographs. Chase card. With Reggie Jackson. Get those out of the way. Mess with the autofocus. Reggie Jackson had 2,500 hand numbered on card auto cards in the 1990 Upper Deck baseball packs. Hand numbered 2,500. What we found very recently on social media was that he put an inscription. Reggie put an inscription on number 714 out of, Angels again, 714 out of 2,500, because 714 was how many home runs Babe Ruth had in his career. So he put a separate inscription on that particular card, and it wasn't discovered till 30 years later, almost 35 years later. And that's pretty cool. That should definitely have a premium if it ever goes to market. Eric Davis, Hall of Famer. I don't know that it will. That would be something I don't think I would probably sell, because that is super duper cool. And certainly if I pack pulled it, I wouldn't sell it. Neon Dion, Coach Prime right there. Neon Dion Primetime Sanders. And I'm not sure if Nolan Ryan did anything special with his autograph. I haven't seen anything other than blue Sharpie and hand numbering. Big Cat's in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. I don't think he is. Chuck Carr, Greg Myers, Vince Coleman, Speedster, Tiny Baseball again. Todd Hundley, catcher for the Mets. Joe Carter. Braves. Terry Pendleton. That's Carlton Fisk. Nice one. Al Morris. Terry Scott. I'd have to believe that if Ryan did something special for, I don't know, his number 1 card or his uniform, number 34, or something of that nature. There's my boy John Kruk with the Marlboro sign in the background. That is baseball to me. That is baseball. At least back in the 80s and 90s. Rico Bronya, Ben McDonald, Greg Jeffries, Rasmussen, Braves, Tom Gordon, Steve Decker, Icorn, Eric Davis, Volquez. I have to believe an inscription on the Nolan Ryan auto would be a huge multiplier in value if it exists and if somebody finds it. I don't need anything special. I just want the man's autograph on a pack full card. Nolan Ryan Foundation exists, and they are very, very receptive. If you send Nolan Ryan something to be signed through the foundation, and you pay the fee that they require, he will gladly and graciously sign anything you send him. And that is awesome. So one thing that I have in my PC, I've showed this before, is the Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, Dick Perez, Diamond Kings fame, drawing of Nolan Ryan. It's a beautiful, that was a big card back in the day, beautiful rendering of Nolan Ryan. And they produced these National Baseball Hall of Fame in a series. Every Hall of Famer has one, and they're numbered to 10,000. And they didn't come numbered, they just came as a pack. But if you send one of those away to the Nolan Ryan Foundation, Paul Abbott, Kevin Gross, he will hand sign them. And it's a beautiful piece to have. I have one. It's PSA DNA certified. To me, the grade doesn't matter. It's 5,000 strikeouts. The grade doesn't matter. What matters to me that I have it. It's encapsulated and it's certified, so I know it's legit and it's beautiful. Blue Sharpie marker on the auto, just like we will see when we hit the autograph on this one. Tommy Glavine, Carlos Quintana, Ray County cut, Dave Magadan, Blast of the Past, Angels again, Dwight Smith, Hanson, Randy Reddy, Randy Johnson, nice card, 3rd-year Randy Johnson, Felix Jose. Randy Johnson was a pedestrian pitcher in the majors until a fateful meeting. Never noticed that. There's Ken Griffey Jr. in the back of this card. The Greg Riley card has Ken Griffey Jr. in the back. I'm going to hang on to that. Huh. I never noticed that. That's cool. Ken Griffey on the back. I'm going to save that one. Randy Johnson, pedestrian pitcher until a chance meeting with Nolan Ryan himself. And Nolan Ryan taught him some things about mechanics, delivery, Mo Vaughn rookie, mechanics, delivery, mentality, psychology, and everything changed. Randy Johnson went from just a big 6'10" galoot to one of the most dominant pitchers after 30 years old, for sure, but one of the most dominant pitchers of all time. Who knows what records he would have put up if he... Fernando, that's a nice card. Who knows what he would have put up, what kind of stats Randy Johnson could have put up had he met Nolan Ryan. Danny Martinez. Who knows what he would put up if he met Nolan Ryan when he was in his 20s, not his 30s. If he changed his mentality, his psychology, his mechanics earlier in his career. But Nolan Ryan turned his career around. There's no doubt about it. Randy Johnson has admitted it. There's a photograph of two of them speaking on the field, and it's truly remarkable. Corbin Carroll, the Arizona Diamondbacks, has said a similar thing. He credits Ichiro Suzuki with changing his game. Other players in the past have had similar stories. And in life, it does happen where you have a chance meeting and everything changes. So Nolan Ryan did that for Randy Johnson. And that is pretty cool. Nolan Ryan, there's the insert. That is just a regular insert. Nolan Ryan played for so long, 27 seasons. There's some obviously insane stats, but longevity-wise, he literally faced everybody. He faced guys. There's stories you could look up about how many guys he faced, and then faced their son, Ray Thomas. So he played the father, pitched the father, and 25 years later, pitched for the son. That is insane. Back home, 1979 base. Insert. He played at the same time as how many single season Hall of Fame, single season home run champions. There's Lance Paris, about to throw a fit with the Gatorade container. Cool card. Mel Hall. I keep thinking that's Deion Sanders, but it's not. Darryl Boston. Schmaltz. Famer. National League. I don't think I've seen the American League hologram. Pagnazzi. Tino. Not a Hall of Famer, but a great player. 1990 and still counting. So I believe it's an 11 card set of the Nolan Ryan inserts. Haven't seen the checklist yet. The checklist is where we will find the auto. We will find the auto. Rhino, cancer survivor, my man, Rhino. His rookie card's gone up in value. If you look up his 1983 tops and PSA 10, it's like tripled in value from a few years ago. That's Parrish again, throwing the Gatorade. Mike Devereaux. It's pretty crazy to think about how some of these players, their populations on their PSA 10s, Hall of Famers, rookie card, PSA 10, they can be had for a fraction of what you can get a modern player. And even Aaron Judge, who's obviously a generational player, but so is Tony Gwynn, for crying out loud. How come you could pick up a Tony Gwynn rookie and a PSA 10 for $3,000? And these, on-card auto, refractor, parallel Judges are in the tens of thousands of dollars. Obviously, autograph makes a difference. Obviously, printing makes a difference. Junk wax era. These things are printed to the moon. But there is a lot of value for sorts. Gloss over them. Barry Bonds. That's cool. I think one day Barry Bonds will get in the Hall of Fame, because if you look at him with an objective lens, you can say, even without the home runs, he's still the second or third best player ever step on the field. And that is a conversation for another day. Jose Canseco. Man, he'll never be in the Hall of Fame, but recently challenged Aaron Judge to a hitting contest. Canseco said I could hit a softball further than Aaron Judge could hit a baseball. And I'll put up $500,000. Aaron Judge obviously said nothing. Because why should he waste his time? Why should he placate a 61-year-old man in an exhibition? Especially during a season when injuries could factor in. Especially when the Yanks couldn't finish the championship run last year. Silly antics have no place in a professional athlete's life during the season. Wade Boggs. Here we go. Dutch Dalton, Terry Steinbach. How many Angels holograms we pulled today? Lenny Dykstra. Scott Ruskin, Bob Melvin. High quality paper stock on these cards. Very curious choice of photographs, to be sure. That's what you got on 1990s Upper Deck. Paul Abbott, not to be confused with Jim Abbott. He had 2 hands, 2 legs. There's Bo Jackson. Beautiful. Bobby Bonilla. Braves again. Bogsy. Let's back up. Come on, Nolan. I know you're hiding. Treadway, Candy Maldonado. The cameo in the background. Portugal, Steve Finley. Brian Barnes, O.B. McDowell. Braves and Angels on the holograms this month. Tom Bolton, Jay Howell, Norm Charlton, Neckert. None of the holograms are exceptionally rare. Much like the Hall of Famers. Thinking about lotting them up. Montreal Expos are pretty valuable. 40, 50 cents value. Burnaby. Maybe 100 in a lot. Might sell for something. Boxes right now, they're right around 30 bucks. You could find them sealed. They shouldn't be tampered with because they're the foil packs. They're hard to reseal. Ken Griffey Jr., there's a nice card. Third-year Griffey, not exceptionally valuable, but very nice. Treadway Aquino, Lenny Dykstra, Nails. National League again. Dobson, Mel Hall, Randy Johnson again. Beautiful. Well, we're seeing Hall of Famers, of course. The only thing of value more than a couple nickels is the Michael Jordan short print and the Nolan Ryan autograph. I'd be happy with either one. I pulled the Griffey again. I pulled the 5,000 strikeouts. I pulled the Jordan. It's like one every 4 boxes. I pulled it like 5 times. Pretty cool. One day I like to get one at PSA 10. But PSA is a little bit picky with their grading. Tino. Frank Thomas. Very nice. Second year Frank Thomas. Campusano, Russell. Sammy Sosa. Before Flintstones Vitamins. Braves, Carlos, Bartlett. Jim Abbott again. Coalition is what it is. Don't always see this in modern products. They think they have their collation down to a science. You're not getting two, enormous chase cards in one box. They split up the case hits and the big chases. I have seen 2 1-of-1s pulled from products. 2 1-of-1 autos pulled from a single box. It does happen, but it's certainly not the standard. So the Jordan insert, short print, 1 every 4 boxes, Rafi. And God knows how many boxes they produced, but there's 2,500 Nolan Ryan autos. So that's 1 in, if they printed, I don't know, they print 2 billion boxes. Nobody really knows. Nothing's printed, published. Nobody's sure. It's anybody's guess. Ricky Jordan, Paul Gibson, Rob Deere, Mulholland, Twins, Hartley, Cora, Angels, Brooke Fordyce, Vizcaíno, Dante Bichette, Bo Bichette's dad. Last pack Magic or last pack Heartbreak? Can it be Heartbreak if our expectations are low? I don't think so. Last pack up. Oh, I got an insert back there. All right. Tara Boston, Mike Morgan. Is it the right one? Is it autographed? Heath, Jamie Navarro, Kevin Elster, Johnny Franco, my boy. Brooklyn Zone. Another Braves. Hasemacher, Mike Mussina rookie. Didn't see that one yet. Cool. Paul Gibson, who's on? And here we have it. This is the checklist. This is the checklist. We're going to sweat this one. Last pack Magic. The checklist would look like this. If it was autographed, it would look just like this. Centering is what it is. Edges are what they are. Last pack up, we're going to see if we pull the on-card auto, Nolan Ryan. Upside down. Negative. We didn't get it. That's a shame. Pretty cool guy in the last pack. And got to sweat it, the very last card, very last pack. But once again, we did not see it. We'll try again next month. 845 Sports Cards. New York's Hudson Valley. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Comment below, do you think I'll ever find this card with the autograph on it? And truth be told, it's got a print defect on it. It's a little off-center and the edges are a little weak, but we'll try again next month. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate everything you do when you participate and comment and share and like. Another month gone. No autograph on this one. But we will never give up, right? See you guys next month. Later.